first.
And his opponent from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 270 pounds, Tyler the Cactus Skinson.
Hello, mic check 1 2. Why was my mic muted this time? I made sure everything was right this time. No, it was me. It was me. Apparently my mic said it wasn't connected somewhere. Unfortunate. As Fergus Stonebridge with a big sit out stomp right onto Tyler the Cactus here. Cactus said he wants to get a match in, and so he got a hold card going, trying to build more hype and get more viewers here in the TWF and get more wrestlers here under contract. The first question, Trebian Cena will be defending his television championship in a Tijuana death match, a last man standing match for those of you who are a little uncultured of the south of the border. Lots of Tyler the Cactus signs here. As Fergus Stonebridge with a leg drop right to the back of the arm of Tyler the Cactus, trying to weaken his arm so he can't hit any of those Desperado lariats. Collar and elbow. Picks up the Cactus. The Cactus, no small man, but Fergus just a big monster of a man here in the TWF. And oh, the 450 pounds just crushing Tyler the Cactus. But Cactus showing that he has some agility here. A big kick right to the head. As Stonebridge pushes him off. This is our opening contest of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, for this TWF house show. A big power slam by Fergus Stonebridge right onto Tyler the Cactus. Off the ropes. We will also see Truth and Consequences take on the James Gang here tonight. We'll see the Core make their return since their loss in tag team competition, facing a tag team that they might not be in their traditional tag team attire, but we know it. You know and love them very well. Just don't get sad. We do have a four-way dance. Cause this whole house show is because there was an update and I wanted to see if all the other match types work. So I figured let's run them all, do it all. Let's do it live type beat. As Fergus Stonebridge tries to take on the Cactus, but the Cactus is not able to take him down. And it's Fergus. The update. I didn't read all the patch notes in the update, but Matthew James said he was messing around in universe mode, and a lot of the matches started working. Like the referee didn't count randomly, and everything seemed to be working as it should. So that's pretty nice. Fergus Stonebridge looking for that stone salt. That's a stone's throw. That's just a stone's throw. That's all that is. The Cactus and Fergus Stonebridge both in competition here tonight in our opening contest. Fergus Stonebridge in control of the match up here. Let's hope they do, because I'm not going to keep paying money for a game that doesn't work. If it doesn't work, I'll find a different game. I will fucking figure out how to code and make my own jank ass game that's more fun than the 2K. That diabolical claw by Fergus Stonebridge trying to pressure the Cactus down, and a springboard outside moonsault. The almost 300 pound frame of the Cactus crushing Stonebridge like it was nothing. Matthew James, why do you have such a bad... First off, Matthew, why can't you fix your sleep schedule? It seems like every time I talk to you, you either just wake up or you're exhausted. Another stone's throw moonsault. Will this be it for the Cactus here in this opening contest? No, he kicks out just in the nick of time, and Fergus Stonebridge thought that moonsault was going to be enough to put away the Cactus. But the Cactus proving he's one tough prick. The crowd here. Dallas normally does it when he's chilling watching stream all the time. He's just not here right now. I think Dallas is either on his way to work or he just got to work. Fergus Stonebridge and the Cactus starting off this house show here on TWF. This house show have had so much going on here for the TWF stars that we had to bring the cameras in. The Cactus said he went a little crazy on the card as he said, "We're here, we're doing it. Fuck it." The Cactus taking 3 of those giant fucking moonsaults. This impromptu, the right side of my body on my arm burns for 0 reason. Interesting, Mario. And a Tope Atomico by the Cactus here. Fergus Stonebridge just showcasing some dominance here over the commissioner of the TWF. Trying to make sure that he's proven that he's going to be a big contender here, as the Cactus gave it his all and just couldn't get the win. What a replay there. Fergus Stonebridge just manhandling the Cactus here from the get-go. Off the ropes and this big splash. The 450 pounds of Stonebridge just pressing onto the Cactus multiple times, whether it be through moonsaults. This man was a driving force in this matchup and continues to be here in TWF. Fergus Stonebridge with a big win here on TWF live in New York City, live at the Hammerstein Ballroom for this little house show. Getting the fans fired up. TWF comes back to Hammerstein once again, and Fergus Stonebridge proving that he has the stones here in this opening contest. Up next, we're going to see Amber versus Sandra Sammartino in our second contest here. Forgot to turn on all that jabroni shit. Let's get a prediction going. Yeah, nobody bet, cause they're jabronis. And who is destined to win? Will it be Amber or Sandra Sammartino? I spelled Sammartino wrong. S-A-M-R-R. S-A-M. Bang. Bada boom. Predictions live as we go into the room. Amber versus Sandra Sammartino. Sandra is a new star signing onto the TWF roster here, looking to make a name for herself, taking on a hot new talent as well named Amber.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Mount Everett, Washington.
Amber makes her way to the ring, trying to gain the love of the fans here in the TWF live at the Hammerstein in New York City. You know that she's got her work cut out for her, taking on Sandra Sammartino, a newcomer who made her debut last night. TWF airing this house show because the Cactus said he has a feeling this one's going to be a banger, even if you don't think so. This little impromptu house show. Making her way to the ring. Born and raised here in the state of New York, moved to New York City when she was 21 and pursued her wrestling passions ever since she is 22 here. Sandra Sammartino fired up to be in the TWF. Sandra Sammartino training under the greats such as Daniel Bryan. Yeah, Sandra is a jabroni I made. To be fair, Isabella Gibson is also a jabroni I made. She just doesn't appear too often. She might appear a little bit more, but not too often. Somebody was just driving in a golf cart down the street. That is insane. Yeah, give me something for Sandra's backstory. I have nothing for her. I made some lady I thought looked cool. I want her to be like, she's one of those characters. I don't know if how long she'll stay around, just like Amber. She might not make she's on till the end of the season, that's for sure, as the referee calls for the bell. Sandra starting with the collar and elbow. You can see the size difference between her and Amber. The chain wrestling continues here live in New York City as Sandra Sammartino not doing well here as Amber proving that she has might. She may be small, but she's got a lot of fight in her. A beautiful leg sweep here by Amber on this Sandra. Nah, I don't want her. I want her to be like she is from New York. Like, that is where I made her from. Just because it's where it's defaults from, and I just forgot to change it. But you know, I wanted to give her some story. A big strike right to the back of the head. Sandra might get a win here over Amber here in TWF. Oh, but Amber with the reversal and sends her to the outside. A big drop kick sending her out to the crowd, that rabid crowd here in the New York Hammerstein. Okay, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I also don't know about the about being poached from a model agency to be signed to TWF. Sandra taking the beating from Amber as Sandra takes a couple forearms as Amber with a full head of steam. Drop kick right to the small of the back of San Martino. What if she's like the great granddaughter of Bruno San Martino? I didn't even think about that when I made Sandra San Martino. I just chose 2 S names. A beautiful, beautiful sunset flip by Amber. Once again trying to capture the win with that, but no, Sandra able to get the kick out here. A sidestep by Sandra as Amber not expecting that, not expecting the newcomer here to TWF to actually have something, thinking that she might have a edge against somebody this new. But Amber scales those ropes quickly and looks for a big splash but misses. I don't like the idea of being duped. Sandra San Martino not looking good. I did make her purple because she's it's supposed to be chats, like, you know, for chat. Maybe they can get behind them. Into the ring goes Sandra, but Amber popping back in. Amber not letting Sandra get any momentum in this matchup, trying to keep her place in the women's division, knowing that she has a good chance at becoming the 2nd ever women's champion. Women's United States champion, excuse me, chat. A big boot by Sandra might have turned the tides here. Throwing some vicious punches. And a smack to the face, showing some disrespect, and a quick takedown. Yet again, I don't like the mass transit incident. I think it makes ECW look like a bad company. Paul Heyman didn't check credentials. He didn't actually do anything. He let fucking New Jack go in there and cut him with a fucking knife. I think mass transit is a shining example of the worst parts about wrestling. As Sandra goes for a sit-out power bomb. I think it's one of the big blemishes on why ECW should have failed and why it did fail. They allowed stuff like that to happen instead of which I think AEW might go down a similar route. Standing on the hair, the buns. Cam is too high. All right, shouldn't be too bad now. Sandra going up top, might be looking for a big elbow drop to the back of Amber here, trying to get this New York crowd here loving her as a new debut. She might be looking to do it one more time by going all the way up, and this time with a frog splash. Shout out to Eddie Guerrero, the cover, and not enough to put away though. I don't have anything for Amber either. Amber's just another jabroni. Trying to work over the knee of Amber. Sandra Sammartino giving it her all here in New York City, trying to get over with the fans here in the heart of TWF. A big drop kick right by Amber. Amber, who's also trying to break through in the TWF new fan market. I can see her wanting to like being a musician that wanted to switch things up. That's some like Luna Snow energy, but I'm cool with that. Let's hope that me moving my mic isn't gonna disconnect it again. Let's double check. Mic check 1 2 3. Oh, hey, we're still good. Love that. As Amber goes for the pinfall here, Sandra Sammartino able to kick out. Who is that tall drink of water? A tap out submission by Sandra here. A reverse clover leaf. Interesting positioning here that Sandra performed here on that move. Shout out to Puff Lord in the chat right now. Much love to him. He's the man who... What is this camera angle? Shout out to Puff Lord, the current TWF television champion. Asino... Or wait. Troy, what's your fucking wrestler's name? The Alexa Bliss hair. Oh, the girl with the space buns. Every time I see a girl with 2 buns like that, no matter where they are, it makes me think of Princess Leia. Stunning Sandra Sammartino with a big win. Her first win here in TWF. Her first pinfall win. Speaking of a tall glass of water, I got one right here. Wait, I forgot to turn on entrances as I took a sip of water. Damn it. I have entrances turned on. TW house show, bro. We gotta go crazy for the house. We love the house, bro. A 4-way dance between El Fuego Loco, Big Red Benson, Brandon Galaxy, and Colt Danielson here tonight. That is Colt's words. You know what? Maybe it's because I just wanted to give him one last chance. And that's why we put him in here in this match tonight. It is 4-way dance rules. Hopefully nothing is broken on this. Making his way for the second time ever in the sacred halls of the TWF grounds known as the Hammerstein Ballroom. For this TWF house show, Big Red Benson shows up wanting his one last opportunity at that United States Championship. You have a project for TWF I'm going to do in CFB 25? Okay, let me hear it. I do have college football, I haven't played it in forever. Big Red Benson enjoying the lights here of the Hammerstein. Feeling the burn in his soul for this match. Will this be enough for him to regain that United States Championship? Or will Colt Danielson somehow eke out? This is a four-way dance, ladies and gentlemen. So it is eliminations. If you are pinned, you go to the back until we have one man in the ring left. Last one in here, kind of like a gauntlet. This is where we're going to see if we stress. This is where we try to stress test TWF. Brandon Galaxy, a three-time junior heavyweight champion in 2K24 and a one-time world heavyweight champion. This man is. I plan on making him in 2K after the 4-year college to Road to Glory, so you can join TWS as the first official ex-football player. I like the idea. That is, you know what? I like that. There's real lore to that. Just like there's real lore to Brandon Galaxy being back into TWF with a full head of hair. That is also true here, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, I really do like that idea. Brandon Galaxy back with a full head of hair here in TWF. He did lose a match to the man making his way to the ring right now, El Fuego Loco, in a hair versus mask match where he was bald for a while. He rocked the bald head for a little bit. During his off season, though, he came back and he's back with a full head of hair. Will El Fuego Loco bet his mask against him again in the hair versus mask 2, Electric Boogaloo, or will we see some other rivals form here? A one-time United States champion himself, El Fuego Loco, knows what it takes, and also a three-time junior heavyweight champion. Excited for this matchup here tonight. El Fuego Loco normally shines in the four-way dance situations. Mario, that's not a bad idea for a stream. For a stream idea I could do is do like a college football player that, because I don't play Madden, but I do have college football 25, and we could do that as another official former football player that joins TWF. Colt Danielson, the current United States champion here tonight. Winning that title back for a second time here. Holding it for only holding that title for a mere 5 days so far. I thought this was Thursday, excuse me. 3 days so far since he won it on Sunday. The TWF crowd has been, the TWF wrestlers has been going crazy here, trying to get everybody over here, make them as seen as possible. As Big Red Benson looking for his moment of glory, Brandon Galaxy knows what it takes to be a champion and knows what and so does El Fuego Loco. All of these men in this going to go at it. This should be elimination style rules here, ladies and gentlemen. Last person standing as El Fuego Loco pairs off against Big Red Benson. Brandon Galaxy turns his attention to the champion, Colt Danielson. It might be smart to take out Big Red Benson as he is the biggest with a jiu-jitsu background. Danielson looking for something as you see El Fuego Loco getting choked out. Hey, the referee's not counting him out. I like that. It's kind of like how the Cactus is a multi-sport athlete, and I make him in every sports game I play basically now. Almost eliminating Brandon Galaxy Danielson, thinking, oh, go. The two bitter rivals tie back up in this four-way dance. Has him in a fireman's carry to a beautiful spinning hook. Stomps on the chest of Benson. Galaxy and Loco tying up. These guys rivals from 2K24. Oh. What position does he play? So that way we have a little bit more lore. He's currently attending the University of Cincinnati. There's a table set up on the outside as Danielson and Big Red Benson. You read it? I did read it. I like Joshua. Wait, I didn't see the position. Oh, he's a QB. I completely overlooked QB. I have no idea why that was the one word that I overlooked in all of that. Working over the leg of Big Red Benson. Danielson rolls to the outside. Well, I guess slides as El Fuego Loco and Brandon Galaxy take in charge of their rivalry. Might be reigniting it. Danielson trying to swing a a trash can lid. Cleaning up house here in the Hammerstein. Galaxy with the double underhook suplex and slams him right on that trash can lid. But anyway, he's back up and Danielson knocks the table out as we see Benson trying to swing that trash can once again. There is the stop sign though. I saw it. A Pele kick by Benson as he turns his attention to Loco. Galaxy grabbing that stop sign and throws it at Benson and knocks him down. All four men getting back into the ring here as Galaxy is being dragged by Benson. A switch around Hurricanrana reversed into a powerbomb by Cole Danielson as Danielson goes for a double axe handle on Galaxy, but Galaxy with a pop-up out of this world move by Brandon Galaxy. I guess that's why he's one of the kings of the Galaxy. Benson sent against the guardrail while Fuego Loco taunting him here. TWF is getting fired up on all cylinders here. As Galaxy trying to get back to his former position as the king of the Galaxy. Missing that double rotation, the moonsault, the black hole. This four-way dance going the mile here as we see the referee going for the cover here as Big Red Benson tries to pin El Fuego Loco. Loco able to kick out quickly. Danielson sent into that turnbuckle, or into that ring post, excuse me. And a low blow by Loco, evening the odds on the Giant here, goes for the pinfall. But Big Red Benson able to kick out. We see on the outside, Colt Danielson, the champion, not doing well against Brandon Galaxy. El Fuego Loco, what a Looking like shades of Rhea Ripley, trying to take out his bitter rival, the man who made him put on his mask on the line. El Fuego Loco with a Puerto Rican destroyer. And a twist and a tornado DDT leaping from the ground onto Big Red Benson. A springboard shooting star press by Loco and a Hurricanrana to Danielson. Loco just, some might say he's on fire and he's going crazy. Galaxy and Danielson fighting on the outside as Loco and Brandon Galaxy fighting inside the ring. All right, let's drop the Caden Hollywood because we have a lot of brothers, like a lot of brothers. I like the Mateo Vargas and Olivia Vargas. I don't think we. I like the Joshua Stockton guy. I don't think we need Caden and Emma Sterling. At least for now. Because, like, I do want to get more people. Oh, that table just thrown right in the face of Brandon Galaxy. It's Cole Danielson throwing the stairs at El Fuego Loco. Oh, my God. I do think we will refine the roster, but that's a lot of people, Mario. I don't want to, you know, if push comes to shove, we can allow it for now, but if push comes to shove and more people want to join, we're gonna have to drop some of your characters. A big elbow drop by Danielson onto Big Red Benson as we see El Fuego Loco swinging for getting just punched down by the boxer. A running knee strike after a spin kick. Two legends? What are you talking about? El Fuego Loco and Brandon Galaxy are technically two legends here in TWF. Galaxy, they had a crazy rivalry against each other. Just like Danielson and Big Red Benson have a rivalry, a beef against one another. A sleeper hold takedown by Galaxy, trying to put away Benson. Benson kicking out. We're about 10 minutes into this matchup here, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon Galaxy busted open, donning the Crimson Mask and a springboard bulldog. But a neck breaker is met by El Fuego Loco. Danielson smartly taking his time on the outside of the ring, letting these guys go at it. This is four-way dance rules elimination style, inspired by the ECW. Goes for the springboard cutter. Nobody up to receive it. Just crashes on Danielson. What up, Cowboy? That Tijuana deathmatch later in the card here tonight. El Fuego Loco begging for mercy against Danielson. But Danielson allowing for it. But, oh, Loco's still trying to get the momentum on his side. Nobody's been eliminated from this matchup yet. They're fighting all over the Hammerstein Ballroom live in New York City. Tagged Up Tyler bringing you the action here live in New York. A fun little house show. Not an all the time thing, but just something fun. Lots of returning faces with rivalry still brewing. The United States Championship is on the line here. Danielson's been giving it his all, knowing that he has to face all three of these and outlast them all. The champion smartly conserving his energy for a lot of the matches. A lot of the match, not matches. And I don't think Brandon Galaxy's getting up. Busted open. The knee strike right to the face. Loco, Galaxy, and Galaxy has been eliminated. It's Danielson, El Fuego Loco, and Brandon Galaxy. Or Big Red Benson. Not Galaxy, as he's walking his way up, his merry way back up the TWF ramp. These guys have torn apart the ring here. We might have to take a short intermission to wait for these guys after this matchup, to wait for the ring crew to fix up the ring area. But that's what happens when TWF comes back to the Hammerstein, and it gets down and dirty every time. Forearm right to the back. Danielson. Danielson trying to take out his rival, but the rival is swinging those steps and sending him right at him. Whoa, 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 whoa. Can't touch this. Danielson, El Fuego Loco, and Big Red Benson. Oh, El Fuego Loco takes the knee strike as we see the cover here by Danielson. Collar and elbow. Danielson and Big Red Benson, the last two remaining, both donning the crimson mask, but Danielson showing why he's a dominant U.S. champion, not gonna give Benson the satisfaction of a chance to win here. But Big Red Benson kicking out deep at that deep 2 count. You thought he had it done here. Danielson climbed to the top turnbuckle to see what he has in store. A big splash on the Big Red Benson. You know the jiu-jitsu specialist has to be knowing this is a different kind of war he's ever been in. Loco just having a hard time accepting defeat here. Will this come into play later? Lifting him up, tosses him down with a scoop slam. Will this be enough to put away the Big Red Benson? Big Red Benson showcasing he's got that strength. That's what comes with the territory of being a buff 6'7" motherfucker. Just as you say that, Mario, we see the Big Red Benson try to get reverse out of it, but Colt Danielson now immediately with a flurry of offense, a quick couple chops, another scoop slam right into that busted trash can. The ring has been destroyed here, ladies and gentlemen. We will go to ads after this break, and while the ring crew cleans up, as we see Danielson with a big title retention, making sure that Big Red Benson isn't coming for his belt anytime soon. Matthew James, I agree with you. Weapons were getting thrown every which way. Big Red put on a show here, trying his best in the first four-way dance, official four-way dance since TWF has launched. Can I put Grognak in like a suit, but like no, like just the top part of the suit, he still comes out to the ring in the loincloth? Oh my god, that would be funny. Then they beef with Rimble and Truth and Consequences. Just the suit vest, that's even funnier actually. Danielson getting that big win. El Fuego Loco upset about the loss here and the chance for that United States Championship, not knowing when he'll get another one.
Here is your winner, and still Action Champion, Colt the Icon, Danielson!
I agree. El Fuego Loco's new design is pretty good. I gotta give Cole Danielson a high res. Making the return to TWF after a long time. A very shocking loss, but that was a non-title matchup, as that was by request of Truth and Consequences. They demanded if they were going to wrestle tonight that they face for those tag team titles against anybody else. They said they were deemed the #1 contenders and they haven't got their shot yet. As the core also has their rematch clause, things can get a little bit messy, but we're going to see the core. I didn't turn on entrances. We also are about to run our ad. King Dominic, what up, buddy? Thanks for joining TWF. We're just waiting for our ad break to end. We got a match against the core and a reuniting emo boys of the Mad Dog Miller and Doom Nibis. They're trying to team up and take on the former tag team champions here tonight. Matthew, why can't you arrive at the fucking building at showtime, which is 15 minutes before show, bro? Why do you always gotta arrive late? King Dominic, thank you so much for joining the stream as we get on with our next match. The core, Cody and Dylan Storm, brothers. These two have done just about everything there is to do in TWF, and they're looking to get to the top of the mountain of the tag team division as brothers once again. They lost those titles to the James Gang last Sunday. Well, if I like the look of Joshua. Man, Matthew, if you're gonna be like that, we're gonna have to suspend you and raise the price. Is there another fucking fly that flew in my house because I had the windows open? God damn it. Raising the price. The Mad Dog Miller facing off against the core here tonight. He'll be teaming with his former mentor and leader.
Look at it! Look at it! I want all of you to look at it!
The Mad Dog Miller waiting for his former captain of the Emo Boys Hockey Club, the Doom Nibis, formerly known as the Big Salami, the Big Gabagool. This man is the longest reigning United States champion here in TWF history. In TWF 2K24, he ran roughshod over that United States title division. And he said he wasn't doing too hot when he came back, but he was, man, there was something in the way, and he figured it out. I gotta remove the ones that don't get used. I mean, the Sprite Cranberry one did get used a lot, but I removed a lot of them. I'm trying to change all the blurps. I want to change them out every so often. I just gotta find new ones that I want to use. The Doom Nibis, a 3-time World Heavyweight Champion, a 3-time United States Champion. Matthew, you won't play a skill issue. I doubt it. Okay, wait. Yeah, that one's funny. That's really funny. Nah, dog. I'm gonna say nah, dog. Mad Dog Miller, a former World Heavyweight Champion in his own right. You can blame it all you want. You just know that you overdid the skill issues, and now you're paying the punishment. The truth and consequences come out. As the Mad Dog Miller takes it on against Cody Storm here. Dylan and Cody Storm, Dylan Storm, the first of the Storm family to join the TWF. He is a 5-time World Heavyweight Champion, a 5-time United States Champion, a 3-time Tag Team Champion, a 1-time Junior Heavyweight Champion, and a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. You're a boy in a man's world, and I'm a man who loves to play with little boys. Wait. Jesus Christ, that was such a crazy promo. Or what about the one where he's talking to Booker T? I want to have bestiality sex with your wife. The Cowboy Rocker is here. Bubba Electric does have the night off tonight.
I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Bubba Electric does have the night off as he's been trying his hardest here in the TWF. Just can't seem to get in the swing of how these TWF wrestlers work. A big running drop kick here by Doom Nibis. Doom Nibis and Mad Dog Miller, former tag team champions and former partners on the Emo Boys Hockey Squad. These men crossing paths yet again in this impromptu tag team match on this house show here live in the Hammerstein Ballroom live in New York City. You've only lost 2 matches, and you only had 2 matches. So technically, yes, you are in a losing streak, but it happens, man. The Cactus is on a losing streak here in my own company, man. A big knee strike by the Mad Dog Miller. A kick to the head. This impromptu Tuesday show. The Cactus said he's here live in New York City and he wants to get the engines roaring as the Mad Dog Miller and Doom Nibis Jonesy team up to form the Emo Boys once again, taking on the core of Dylan and Cody Storm. Cody Storm in the ring right now. A big double boots up to knock Jonesy senseless. Matthew James has officially done everything, but he's still a weenie and he has loose ends. He has loose ends here in TWF, so he's got to chill. Doom Nibis might have been looking for that Dragon Rana that he calls the Salami Pop. Doom Nibis, formerly known as the Big Salami here, also known as Jonesy, donning a darker alias here, trying his damnedest to be the demons that you see at night. He's been on a winning streak here of late in TWF, winning the past 5 matches in a row. Rolling to the outside of the ring, the core, and
Know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni!
Matthew James, I don't know who you calling jabroni. I will raise jabroni to 500 right now. I know I have enough to afford that, but then you won't have enough to afford skill
Know
issues.
your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni!
Damn, everybody doing it. I'm getting trolled. No, chat. I did have fun, Bubba. Your shows are sweet. All the arenas look good. I took some inspiration from you, seeing your sweet renders of your wrestlers, and I've been trying to do that with all the wrestlers here on TWF. I feel like it gives it a little bit of personal flavor. It's beautiful. I love it. We're here just in the Hammerstein Ballroom, the home of TWF, where we started out and grew to the company we are today, doing a little house show. The reunion of the Emo Boys here. The crowd remembers the Emo Boys here from 2K24. Even though these two haven't been involved in the tag team circuit, they might want to get involved in the tag team division once again. As we see Doom Nibis coming to save the aid of his brother on the ice, the Mad Dog Miller. But meanwhile, the real brothers, the core, Dylan Storm tags into his brother Cody. The villain Dylan Storm leading his faction of the core. Oh my god, yeah, after doing the renders, Matthew James and Dylan Storm both ended up looking like Roman Reigns. It was crazy. It's funny. We got that fixed, so you guys don't look like Roman Reigns anymore. A big dropkick by the Mad Dog Miller. A tag made back into the Doom Nibis. I mean, that's fair. You know what? I have no idea what you have done to your chat GPT to do that, but I've uploaded your image instantly and got a perfect picture. I'm like, I could see this being Jacob Morrison. A big slam here by Jonesy. I gotta go grab a drink, guys. I'll be right back in the middle of this match. Actually, as we see the pinfall count, will this be it? 2. Cody Storm is busted open. No, I'll be right back, chat. We see Dylan Storm back in the ring, taking on his friend and rival, Doom Nibis. I mean, it said fuck both of you guys the first couple times. The only one I really had to work on was the cactus. After that, ChatGPT got me good. Standing on the corner from Winslow, Arizona. Emily Mortiz not on the card here tonight. Not ready for the bright lights of the Hammerstein Ballroom just yet. The Hammerstein Ballroom, the home of TWF, where we call our TWF Arena. A beautiful frog splash by the Mad Dog Miller from a springboard position. We see him going up top, looking for something devastating from the top. A diving double foot stomp to Dylan Storm, center of the ring. Look, I'll try to make it through on I'll try to make it through on both nights, man. I'm just a little hazy on my memory. I forget stuff. But I know you run Wednesdays. A running Superman punch by the Mad Dog Miller. Trying to take down Cody Storm, but breaking up the pinfall here. The Mad Dog Miller going up top once again. The ref is down though after the breakup. Referee getting back up though. Noticing the tag, I would have, if I was the ref, I would have said that was wrong, but I didn't see any of that. And Jonesy pulling the tights of Cody Storm. The Core taking a loss here tonight against the returning Emo Boys. Jonesy and Mad Dog Miller, former tag team partners and still partners on the ice. You could catch someone tagged up. Tyler goes live on with them on this as their goalie, or maybe Dylan Storm might show up and be their goalie. Hell yeah. I love we just actually introduced a women's US title here. And I want to start introducing titles to specific shows only. Like Matthew, why don't you go pour cold water on yourself? Wake up, hombre. Jabroni. This big match here between the Mad Dog Miller and Doom Nibis. The whoop ass title. I kind of like that. That's not a bad idea. That's a fun one. I like the whoop ass title. That's a cool concept. Fun. Does it have a can of whoop ass on it? Please tell me it does. But we see the Emo Boys celebrating in the ring here, live in the Hammerstein Ballroom. Last time the Mad Dog Miller had a good match here in the Hammerstein Ballroom, he was competing against Dylan Storm in this very ring for that TWF Intercontinental Championship, now retired. Up next, we have a lights out match between Harrison B and Richard Mason. One-on-one, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to turn on entrances yet again. Damn it, chat. The Lights Out Championship being defended for the first time ever in the Hammerstein Ballroom under TWF rules. We'll see if Richard Mason can defend against the former champion Harrison B, who he won it back from, and Harrison demanded his rematch. On Monday Mayhem, Garrett Rogers and Richard Mason teamed up together to take on Harrison B and the challenge and Garrett Rogers' challenger tonight, Jack Powell. Harrison B, the former TWF Lights Out champion and the inaugural TWF Lights Out champion. As the Lights Out match was a stipulation added to the first time here in TWF in 2K25. The only way you could win this match is through submission or referee calling a knockout. We remove all the ropes.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Bubba with the let's get ready to rumble, Bubba. I love the energy here as we see Harrison B. We see Harrison B, a former World Heavyweight Champion himself, a two-time Tag Team Champion with Matt Cardona of all people. He led a successful faction in 2K24 and he's back this year wants to focus on him, himself, and I. Me, myself, and I. That's what he said. But Harrison B says he's better than money can buy, from all the way from Leeds, England. The current Lights Out champion, a one-time TWF television champion, and a newcomer, only in TWF for about 6 months now. This man has been trying, and he's been succeeding, proving that he's a hardcore motherfucker when it comes to what he can do. Winning the television title from Barry Ripple and losing it, but he did lose it back after three defenses. He came after Harrison B. And in a match against our World Heavyweight Champion, Garrett Rogers, he did beat him in a tables match on our main event 2 weeks ago on Nitro, on Monday Mayhem, not Nitro. We're not WCW. God damn it. I've been watching old WCWs. Whoops a daisy. Richard Mason, also in the first ever inaugural Lights Out match. Harrison B got the win over him that night. This is Harrison B versus Harrison B Richard Mason 3 for the Lights Out title.
Introducing the challenge from Leeds, England, weighing in at 255 pounds, the hardcore icon
Harrison B putting on a lot of muscle mass since debuting in TWF. A big madman who's ready to showcase his strength here against Richard Mason.
60 pounds, the action champion, the brawler, Richard Mason.
The Main Street Brawler Richard Mason, leader of the Chaos Club here in TWF. We'll have to see how he does here tonight. Uh-oh, Matthew, look what you have to do. Dallas, you literally just missed your match. We have the Battles of the Tyler tomorrow on GPW. Okay, I'll have to tune in for that. Guys, big shout out to Bubba Electric, owner of GPW, and also currently under TWF contract here. Bubba isn't here at the Hammerstein Ballroom as he had other contract obligations. Durkin versus the Cactus. Well, little does Durkin know that the Cactus is a fucking prick, and he will take him to the extreme if it need be in a Texas death match, last man standing match. Richard Mason in control of this matchup over Harrison B currently. Mason looking for some plunder under the ring. Referee's going to allow it as he grabs a sledgehammer. Tries to throw it at Harrison B, but a lariat taking him down right to the mat. Harrison B trying to regain that World's Lights Out Championship here in TWF. The inaugural holder, and he said he believes he's the only true holder of that title. I grabbed CC Prism, Pistol Area, and Bubba Electric. Those are the three I grabbed. You wanted me to grab Cindy Wheeler, but I've been running through I've had to run through another My Ride so I can get the monster truck intro. German suplex by Richard Mason to Harrison B to the outside. Jamie Wheeler, that's what it was. I do want to get her because she looks sweet, and we need more ladies in our TWF women's roster. TWF plans to head over across the pond to England for Monarchy Madness, our King and Queen of the Ring tournament, a 16-man tournament to crown our King of the Ring, and our 16-woman tournament to crown the Queen of the Ring. It's all right, Dallas. I won't spoil who won. That's if you want to go back and watch it. If you want me to spoil it, you can let me know right now. The tour is going strong. That's sweet. Love to hear that, Bubba. The Route 66 tour is a sweet idea. Harrison be on the outside of the ring here. Referee finally allowing them, not going to let them fight outside and not going to try to bring them back into the ring. Harrison be slammed back into the mat as dragged right out though. Your boy Hallis just got online. Fucking love that dude. That's my brother from another mother. Harrison B with a beautiful military press slam onto Richard Mason, showcasing the strength. You want to run a couple ideas across you for the Christmas season? All right, let's hear it, Bubba. Harrison B and Richard Mason both in doing combat tonight in this lights out match live in the Hammerstein Ballroom. The sledgehammer coming into play as Richard Mason taunting. All right, Bubba, I like that. I do like that. You send me some DMs and we'll talk about it. And we'll do a co-show. Richard Mason bouncing off the ring post and flying to the outside of the ring. I don't know if he's doing too well. Referee might want to call it after Harrison B does this brutal dominator. Referee's going to let it play out though. See what happens. There's Harrison wants that lights out championship back once again. A steel chair, and referee's going to call it as Richard Mason was not defending himself there. From the northmost city in the United States, Barrow, Alaska. Holy fuck. Okay. From above Arctic Circle. Fair enough. Is our main event going to be War Games, you versus GPW versus TWF? Because we could do that. I wouldn't mind that.
Here is your winner, and new Action Champion, the hardcore icon, Harrison B.
Hardcore Harrison B regaining his lights out championship, making himself the first ever two-time lights out champion here in TWF. We'll have to see if Harrison B will keep being able to defend that title. Richard Mason wasn't able to win his title defense against a returning Harrison B, and Harrison got the belt back. Up next, tag team titles are on the line as Maverick Blade and D'Angelo Marcus, Truth and Consequences, will take on the James Gang, Nick and Matthew James. A Klondike Clash Hell in a Cell elimination match. Insane name. I try to keep everything short and simple to the point. The craziest thing we have tonight is a Tijuana death match, which is a last man standing match. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, will D'Angelo Marcus and Maverick Blade be able to take on and win those tag team championships from the James Gang? No, James, the chair's still fucking jabroni shit, but I'll get a new one. But I'll get used to it. It's whatever. Up next, we have our match for the tag team championships, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a prediction live. The James Gang taking on Truth and Consequences, ladies and gentlemen, in a tag team matchup. Truth and Consequences, their first time ever under the bright lights of the Hammerstein Ballroom here for TWF. $1,500 tokens as the titles are on the line in this house show for the TWF Tag Team Championships. D'Angelo Marcus and Maverick Blade. D'Angelo Marcus wearing that long green jacket as Maverick Blade wears the mask to the ring. These two are not... Maverick Blade might be a little goofy, but he gets shit done in the ring, while D'Angelo Marcus, on the other hand, is no nonsense, wants to get everything. He's focused. Let's go. Electric Avenue, we're going to run straight through Electric Avenue, and then we take it higher. The James Gang making their way back to the hallowed grounds of the Hammerstein Ballroom. Matthew James winning the United States Championship for the first time inside these hallowed halls. Defending that World Heavyweight Championship multiple times in his longest in TWF's history, for the longest title reign of the World Heavyweight Championship. He defended it here 3 times, ladies and gentlemen. TWF doesn't come here too often, maybe once or twice a month anymore, because we got to tour around and go show off the TWF to the world. So knowing that, it's a big blessing to defend the title 3 times here in these hallowed halls. And Matthew James looking to add more title defenses to his record here with his brother Nick James, as he defends those tag team titles against Truth and Consequences. But Truth and Consequences only suffering their first loss to the James Gang last night. Matthew James with a big chip on his shoulder, saying he's the best to ever do it. He may be one of the best, but he hasn't beaten half the records set by Dylan Storm here in the TWF. Dylan Storm isn't a 6-time. Dylan Storm, Matthew James is our TWF World's Heavyweight Champion for the longest amount of time, ladies and gentlemen. D'Angelo Marcus. Nobody betting on the James Gang here with about a minute left. Truth and Consequences in the blue corner here tonight will be facing the James Gang for the TWF Tag Team Championships. The Nightmare Nick James and Matthew James, the James Gang. Matthew James a 3-time world heavyweight champion, a 2-time Triple Crown champion here in TWF. Finally unifying the TWF Triple Crown and world heavyweight champion.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Matthew James over here saying my name. Weird, but it's okay. We all struggle with words from time to time. Nobody believing in the James Gang, as we have 2 people betting on Truth or Consequences. Nobody betting on James Gang is insane. Truth and Consequences are going to win these tag team titles from them. As Maverick Blade showcasing his hardcore stamina. Just standing up right through that he should have caught him, but didn't. Nick James now with a vicious chop onto D'Angelo Marcus and a drop kick to the face. Nick James tags out to his brother. The James Gang has a story here in TWF that is as tailed old as time. 2 brothers who joined TWF around the same time, maybe about a month and a half apart, and then they ended up interfering in all each other's matches because they wanted to prove who's better. They got to see who was better, where Nick James got the win that night. Well, Matthew James that night had a vendetta. He had to prove that he was better than his brother in every way, winning more titles here in TWF than his brother has, winning everything there is to do except for the TWF Television Championship, and currently the TWF Lights Out Championship now. D'Angelo Marcus just joining TWF this year. Maverick Blade joining at the end of TWF in 2K24. Deciding to team up with the newcomer. A big drop kick. The tag team move here by D'Angelo Marcus and Maverick Blade, a 3D. Shout out to the Dudley Boys, former TWF World Heavy Tag Team Champions here. The Dudley Boys still come here and pop in from time to time, but they're not on all the time occasion. As Maverick Blade back in the match, but Matthew James grabs him by the jaw and starts slapping him against the chest. Matthew James with that beautiful white Russian leg sweep, taking him down. Shades of the Sandman. The tag made to his brother Nick James. Now Nick James, a man with a list of no short of accomplishments here in TWF. But as I say that, Maverick Blade, a man who has everything to prove here in TWF, a running claymore to try to take Nick James's head right off. Nick James, though, as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, he is a 1-time world heavyweight champion. He is a 3-time United States champion, a 1-time intercontinental champion, a 2-time hardcore champion, and a 1-time junior heavyweight champion, and now a 1-time tag team champion. Matthew James and Nick James completed a long story arc from hating each other to becoming tag team champions here in TWF. It was a long time coming. To be exact, it was 1 year and 2 months, to be exact, that these guys have been hunting these tag team titles, with many other titles coming along the way. Referee starting the count as D'Angelo Marcus scales to the ring ropes and goes up top, and High Rent District drops a big elbow right onto Nick James's chest. A genetic freak. D'Angelo Marcus taking it to both members of the James Gang with a belly to back suplex right onto that ring, on that ring apron right there. D'Angelo Marcus now with the belly, with a gut wrench suplex, but no, ends up getting reversed by Nick James from that gut wrench. Oh, a lariat doesn't quite get all of it, but enough to take Nick James down as Matthew gets into the ring. D'Angelo Marcus still decides to fly with a giant drop kick D'Angelo Marcus with the military press, having him above the head, drops him right onto the ring on the mat below. The go behind as D'Angelo Marcus is sent off the ropes by Matthew James, excuse me. Matthew James showcasing some athleticism, popping right up to the top rope and pops off a moonsault. Oh, his brother in his ear hyping him up as he's looking for a spear, and D'Angelo Marcus not able to answer to him. Well, we see Maverick Blade here break it up. The crowd here in New York City, vicious against those that are unwilling to sacrifice what they have for the TWF. They want to see blood. They want to see sweat. They want to see tears. They want to see you give it your all here in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. As TWF looks for the hardcore fans of wrestling. D'Angelo Marcus looking to try to dethrone the James gang here in this TWF house show, and Marcus Blade saving his partner from getting sent into the corner with an Irish whip, but Nick James still able to recover quickly from it, and a brain buster onto D'Angelo Marcus. He's not looking good here as Nick James comes attacking his brother Matthew James, has the accolade of being the longest reigning TWF heavyweight champion of all time with 4 months and 7 days. A big drop kick, ladies and gentlemen, right to the head. Only a 1 count. As Maverick Blade sending him into the corner. Will they be looking for the judge, jury, and execution? No. Maverick Blade pulls him up for a wheelbarrow, and D'Angelo Marcus pulls him down straight into the mat for a cutter. A beautiful tag team move as these guys showing why they want to be the tag team champions here in TWF. People in a hurry to try to take those tag team titles away from anybody who wants to try to set the new record and beat the Street Thugs' original record of 5 months and 14 days as tag team champions here in TWF. Breaking up the pinfall here is Maverick Blade here. Thank you everybody for joining TWF for the TWFtv and tagged up Tyler on twitch.tv for this TWF house show. Maverick Blade allowing Matthew James to do a springboard even while he was right next to him. A tag in by a D'Angelo Marcus to Maverick Blade. Underhook and twists out for a underhook driver. Maverick Blade looking to get the win, but Nick James there to break up the pin. TWF runs every Monday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. As we're currently going through our tour, we're going to hit Philadelphia soon at Philly Pandemonium coming up. And as we see this beatdown by the James gang in the corner. Oh my God. But on May 11th, we will see Philly Pandemonium. Also, TWF will be heading across the pond soon for Monarchy Madness, our King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. 16-man tournament and a 16-woman tournament to crown the King and Queen of the Ring here in TWF. A kick out here by Maverick Blade, showing that he has the fortitude to dig deep to try to be that tag team champions here. A running knee strike by Nick James to Maverick Blade. D'Angelo Marcus gathering his thoughts on the outside of the ring. D'Angelo Marcus might be hurt here. Nick James reverses, getting tossed off like Ric Flair, and instead returns a double foot stomp right to the chest. Going up top, and a double foot stomp right to the abdomen. D'Angelo Marcus watching as Maverick Blade takes all this offense. What up, Evan? Collar and elbow tie up. D'Angelo Marcus not trying his hardest here. Will they be will they win the tag team championships? No, Nick James is able to break it up. These guys have been going a little bit over 10 minutes. A hydrate. My sparkling water. Does that count as a hydrate? A big elbow drop by Nick James. D'Angelo Marcus just standing on the outside, watching as his partner fights for himself here. And big knee strike, collar and elbow tie up. Off the ropes, and a big drop kick right to the head by Nick James. D'Angelo Marcus just yet again waiting there. Maverick Blade. Just taking the brunt of this offense from Matthew James as he gives him... Matthew, what do you call that move? D'Angelo Marcus watching onwards as we see. I have no idea, bro. I don't need a betrayal in tag team wrestling right now. Unless it's like Cody Storm turning on fucking Dylan Storm. That's like the only betrayal I want. I don't need D'Angelo Marcus. I want them to be tag team champions. Oh my god. Maybe he is injured and it's the violent ending. Maybe he was injured and he just couldn't get in. He couldn't get back in the ring. Well, we will keep you updated with this story as why Truth and Consequences didn't win the tag team titles here tonight. Matthew James and Nick James defending their tag team titles here in the Hammerstein Ballroom against Truth and Consequences as Maverick Blade had to take the brunt of the offense here, and D'Angelo Marcus on the outside of the ring for a good majority of the end of this. But Maverick Blade fighting with all his might to win those tag team titles. What happened with D'Angelo Marcus as we see the violent ending to take and win this matchup? The TWF Tag Team Champions, Nick and Matthew James, brothers out of Florida, coming to TWF and winning everything there is to do in TWF 2K24. But they haven't done everything here in TWF 2K25. The James gang with a big win here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Tijuana Death... I forgot to turn on entrances. I already hit a... I just watched that drop from 6 to 10, or from 10 to 6. That sucks. We will keep you updated on what's going on with Truth and Consequences here as we move on. Hey, wait a second. Why is this not set to be a title match? Y'all are both from Mexico. What are you talking about? Or am I the gringo? Hombre. In this TWF we're not gonna. I'm the only one. Refund. Nobody else bet. We have a TWF television championship match here. Let's see, Trivianacino. Ready to do battle as they're about to make their way to the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Never mind, yet again, fucking didn't turn on entrances. I just made sure it was for the belt. Unless I turned on entrances and then it turned it off again, which would be weak. Jacob Morrison takes on Trivianacino here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for the TWF Television Championship. A title that is defended every time TWF goes live. Even sometimes there's house shows that don't happen while we're live, and we're not live. Jacob Morrison makes his way to the ring, ladies and gentlemen. A one-time television champion wants to make himself a two-time champion here tonight. Said he wants his title back against Trivianacino in a Tijuana death match. For those of you not in the know, that would be more commonly known as a last man standing match. You gotta knock your opponent out for referee's 10 count. And the Hammerstein Ballroom is not short of fans loving a brutal match like this. Yeah, Jake, you're right. You're right. I will make sure it is ready by Thursday. Because I do want to start doing. I want to make everything. I want everything to feel very official and original. Trivianacino in his debut defeating Jacob Morrison. Will we see Trivianacino defend that title here tonight, that television championship? This title is defended every time TWF ever goes live, as this is our TV championship. It is important that we showcase a championship match here every time TWF ever goes live here on Tagged Up Tyler. Trivianacino in his second match ever taking on a Tijuana death match against Jacob Morrison. A very brutal first match. A very brutal first title defense. But Trivianacino is a man that I think can do it. As we're about 2K to 2K, ladies and gentlemen, we'll find out who's about to win in this matchup.
Introducing God's challenger. From Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 242 pounds,
Jacob Morrison from Jalisco, Mexico, a luchador at heart, He used to be a submission specialist, and he said he's back with a new edge. He'll be taking on somebody that is making their debut and making their name here in TWF.
Heavyweight champion, the Predator.
The Predator Shark, the Killer Shark, Trevion Asino, defending that television championship here tonight.
Ladies
In a
and gentlemen,
Tijuana death match.
let's get ready to rumble!
The predictions live about 2K to 2K, ladies and gentlemen. As Trevion Asino and Jacob Morrison are about to do battle in a Tijuana death match for that television championship. Jacob Morrison starting this contest off with some chain wrestling with Trevion Asino, as Asino sends him over the ropes and a shoulder tackle to take him to the floor. Trevion Asino immediately grabbing some plunder from under the ring and throws it down to the ground. Trevion Asino taking on Jacob Morrison in a match he requested, a Tijuana death match. Very similar to the Texas death match, ladies and gentlemen. These two are going to do battle, looking to make one another not be able to answer a 10 count for this title. Trevion Asino in control of this matchup as Jacob Morrison with a big kick to the head, but Asino with a reversal and grabs the legs and drops him down, a kick right to the midsection. Asino now, a big knee strike right to the back of Morrison. Referee in the way, stopping Asino from getting any momentum. Trevion Asino rolls to the outside of the ring. Well, I guess slides, not rolls. And a big punch to the face and a forearm to the back. Goes for a German suplex, but Morrison with the reversal. And it delivers a poison Rana or a Frankenstein or whatever you want to call it. It was a beautifully executed move. This is some hardcore Lucha Libre on display here tonight. All of that for the TWF Television Championship as Jacob Morrison gets the first count by the referee and takes his time to showboat for the fans here in the Hammerstein Ballroom. At an 8 count early in this matchup. Both men missing their drop kicks. A springboard inverted cutter by Trevion Asino. Beautifully executed. The Killer Shark of TWF is getting excited for his matchups, showcasing why he's might be one of the longest reigning TWF television champions. Unless Jacob Morrison has anything to say about it with that tornado DDT coming right out of the corner. Morrison, yet again, flaunting his... Oh, a Hurricane Rana after only answering a 4 count. Referee starts the count once again. Morrison taunting to the camera here. But Asino able to get up quickly in a wheelbarrow DDT. Missing both punches. Morrison, though, sent for the right off the ropes and a springboard forearm, or a springboard, excuse me, a crossbody forearm. That's not even a crossboard. A corkscrew. God, I'm fucking stupid. Asino now taking his time to pander. First time ever under the hard lights. Trained under the father, Daddy Shark. And by the Hardy Boys. then doing his time in New Japan Pro Wrestling. You know this man has been doing a great job here in TWF. Only 1-0 here, and won the title in his first matchup. A great matchup here for Trevion Asino. Rolling out of the way, making Morrison hurt his back just a bit, and a senton by the current television champion. Asino showcasing his abilities here tonight and taunting to the fans. Morrison not taking him. I don't think you can redeem it. I had it set to only 1 per stream. Matthew James redeemed it already. I mean, hey, hit it. Let me know if I set it up correctly, Mario. If it is set up correctly, it shouldn't charge you. As Trevion Asino at a 9 count, not able to answer the call in a Tijuana death match against Jacob Morrison. Sorry, Mario. Guess you gotta fucking tune in when we actually start, because we got people who are hitting that first button. But first, we have Trevion Asino and Jacob Morrison putting on a classic here in TWF with this Tijuana death match. I don't think this is the end between Trevion Asino and Jacob Morrison. I think we're gonna see more of them, no matter whether it's for the title or not. But Jacob Morrison, now a 2-time television champion. The only other person who has that record is Richard Mason. Or Richard Mason.
Here is your winner, and new television light heavyweight champion.
What do we? It was what do we? 24 hours. It was a 24-hour title hold. Jacob Morrison is trying to boost his stats over here by letting Trevion Asino win the title. I guess he's just showcasing. Bro's growing his stats. He said, I like playing with my food. Hell yeah, Mario. Have fun going fishing, bro. And now our main event, a standard TWF death match between Jack Powell and Garrett Rogers for this World Heavyweight Championship. Let's pay out anybody who did bet. I almost accidentally hit Trevion Asino. World Heavyweight Championship between Jack Powell and Garrett Rogers. Jack Powell said, give me one more chance in front of the home faithful crowd of the Hammerstein Ballroom, and he said he guarantees you he will not lose here tonight compared to in a hometown crowd of Chicago against Garrett Rogers. And Rogers said, bet I will take you on anytime, any place here. And he said it's here tonight as we get our predictions started. Just if you lose, it doesn't mean it's squashed. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's not a squash. If it goes 7 minutes, it could be a squash depending on how if the AI wants to play with their food or not.
The Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship.
But that was a phenomenal match, as Jack Powell is going to challenge for the second time against Garrett Rogers for this TWF World's Heavyweight Championship. He said he felt the pressure when facing him in his hometown of Chicago at the United Center on Sunday. That loss that Harrison B took the pinfall on against him and Richard Mason in the tag team main event of Monday Mayhem. He said he saw where his faults lie and how to block them. He said he knows what he's gonna do next and what he's gonna do here. Jack Powell said this is the time that he walks away. His third ever attempt at the World's Heavyweight Championship. He said this is third time's the charm and this is it, baby. But he does have to go up against a 5-time World Heavyweight Champion, Garrett Rogers. Garrett Rogers about to come out here as Jack Powell fired up. Ready for, he said, as his theme says, he said he's ready for war in this TWF death match. $9,000 tokens bet on Garrett Rogers, currently the World Heavyweight Champion, retaining here over Jack Powell in our main event of the evening. Thank you for everybody for joining. Garrett Rogers makes his way to the ring right now. The World's Heavyweight Champion, a 4-time World Heavyweight Champion, a 5-time United States Champion, a 1-time Hardcore Champion. And Garrett Rogers said he's looking to make history tonight and go all the way and beat Matthew James's record. Matthew James, you better hope that Garrett Rogers can't hold that belt for 4 months. He's currently on 1 week. And we'll see if he can. As the World's Heavyweight Championship is on the line here tonight.
Introducing the challenger from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 265 pounds, Jack Powell. 45 pounds, the Pro Wrestling World's Heavyweight
Jack Powell, the TWF World's Heavyweight Champion of TWF's Thunderbolt, making him known worldwide as a 5-time TWF World Heavyweight Champion here. You know that he almost retired defending that, trying to gain that title once again. After seeing it being revamped here for TWF 2K25, he said, if I don't win that belt here tonight, I'm willing to retire. And he won that title. Now Jack Powell, he said he wants the belt from him.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
As the referee called for the belt, these two men immediately fighting. Referee couldn't, our announcer couldn't even say let's get ready to rumble for the world titles main event here in our house match, our house show main event. Garrett Rogers with the reversal here. Garrett Rogers with that big elbow drop to have Jack Powell. Referee allowing them to do battle here tonight outside the ring. A big chop by Garrett Rogers. As Garrett Rogers continues the flurry of offense, we see Jack Powell trying to throw some elbows and get out of whatever Garrett Rogers had planned. Might have been thinking of a powerbomb on that apron, but a power slam by Garrett Rogers, or on the Garrett Rogers by Jack Powell. Jack Powell has challenged Jonesy, the big salami for the World Heavyweight Champion, one time and lost, and he couldn't get an opportunity for that world title once again. Then he faced Garrett Rogers recently after proving his self-worth. Rogers, though, proving that he's not going to go down without a fight. And as he does that leg hook exploder suplex, Garrett Rogers throws him right on top of that trash can. Rogers grabs him in a collar and elbow tie up, and oh, what is he thinking here on the outside of the ring? Another power bomb, a sit-out power bomb by Garrett Rogers. Garrett Rogers, one of his favorite moves here is a power bomb. You gotta look out for that. A crossface of any kind, man, will lock you in and make you tap out to that. And sometimes he hits something devastating, like a pile driver. Jack Powell, a menace here in TWF. As we see Garrett Rogers hooks the leg and a fisherman's neck breaker, dropping Garrett Rogers, or Garrett Rogers taking control of this match as he drops down Jack Powell. A hockey stick. You know, Garrett Rogers might be a little fired up after seeing the Emo Boys reunion here in Hammerstein in New York City at the Hammerstein Ballroom, not just Hammerstein. Garrett Rogers takes the face breaker right onto the front of the apron. Jack Powell getting up. The big axe handle taking down Garrett Rogers. Going for the cover, but Garrett Rogers kicking out quickly. Garrett Rogers picking him up, picks him up for a powerbomb and throws him down. Not gonna end the match there. Garrett Rogers knows that Jack Powell has experienced one a powerbomb, and instead hits him with a thunderbolt frog splash right from the top rope, ladies and gentlemen. Only a 2 count as Jack Powell kicking out, receiving 3 of those, 1 through a ladder, ladies and gentlemen. Takes him down. Jack Powell fired up. Throwing some flurry of offense with some strikes and a belly-to-belly suplex to the world's heavyweight champion, Garrett Rogers. A spear. Garrett Rogers not able to reverse out of it, and Jack Powell's firing on all cylinders. Will that be enough to take out the world's heavyweight champion here? A shoulder up, ladies and gentlemen, as Garrett Rogers keeps this match alive. Goes for another cover this time, but Jack Powell using the ropes to his advantage. Referee not going to call it. Garrett Rogers upset with that idea. Throws a big punch right into the gut of Jack Powell. Close over by Jack Powell. As Jack Powell grabs him by the throat. Garrett Rogers scared as, oh no, he was hit with that military press spine buster. Are we seeing it again? No, a military press power slam. Will that be enough to put away Garrett Rogers and claim his first World Heavyweight Championship here in TWF? Garrett Rogers couldn't defend against Jack Powell here tonight. The world's Heavyweight Championship changes hands as Garrett Rogers unable to defend against Jack Powell here tonight for the 2nd time. Jack Powell gets the win here tonight. But you know, Garrett Rogers hunting, he wants that title match back. He has it earned, written into his contract. Jack Powell will have to defend against Garrett Rogers come at Philly Pandemonium. Garrett Rogers, a 5-time World Heavyweight Champion, looking to beat the record of the longest heavyweight champion in history was of Matthew James, and losing the title here tonight against his rival currently, Jack Powell, is not how he wanted to do this. But Jack Powell earning his first ever World's Heavyweight Championship here on TWF at this house show. What a reason the Cactus had. He had a feeling that tonight was going to be a shift in TWF forever, and why he needed to do this house show. He needed to air this house show live from the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Here is your winner,
Jack Powell winning for the first time ever the World's Heavyweight Championship here in TWF. This man is the TWF's longest reigning, one half of the TWF's longest reigning tag team in the Street Thugs, holding that title for 5 months. How long will he hold this World's Heavyweight Championship? Time will tell, as we will see you once again, ladies and gentlemen, on TWF on at least when the World Championship is defended on May 11th, 2025. Jack Powell tonight got the win over Garrett Rogers, the blood in his eye, and wins his first World's Heavyweight Championship. Before we go off the air tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do a quick rundown of our card. We had Fergus Stonebridge take on Tyler the Cactus in a one-on-one matchup where Fergus Stonebridge got the win. Then we saw Amber take on Sandra Sammartino in a one-on-one matchup where Sandra Sammartino took the win over Amber. In a four-way dance, Big Red Benson, Brandon Galaxy, El Fuego Loco, and Colt Danielson did battle for the United States Championship. Tune in to Turbo to see what happens with the United States Championship. Cody Storm and Dylan Storm, the Core, teamed up to take on returning Emo Boys. They said they're going to return as they saw we were in Hammerstein, and they're like, what a better time than where we won our first tag team championship than here. You saw Harrison B and Richard Mason do battle in a lights out match where Harrison B regained his lights out championship. We saw in tag team competition for the World Tag Team Championships, the James Gang, Nick James and Matthew James, got the win over D'Angelo Marcus and Maverick Blade here tonight. You know, Truth and Consequences have to be upset with themselves not being able to defeat the James Gang here tonight. I don't think this is going to be the end of it. Jacob Morrison regains the World Television Championship from Trevian Asino in a Tijuana death match, making Asino not be able to answer that 10 count of the referee here tonight and regaining that television championship. It was a hard-hitting affair. If you weren't here to see it, you got to watch it, ladies and gentlemen. It was probably it's probably top 10 matches of TWF this year. And then in a monumentous change of the guard, some might say, Jack Powell defeats Garrett Rogers here tonight and wins his first World's Heavyweight Championship live at the Hammerstein Ballroom on this house show. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. I love all of you. We're going to raid out. Get in the car. We're going to go raid one of our friends. You don't have to say forever. Just come say hello. TWF has had a great time doing this house show, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go right out to Jonesy, the big salami doom nibus. Come say hi to him for just a little bit. You don't have to say forever. Just let's make a bigger number so he feels good. Big numbers feel good. Let's participate in that raid. Also, you get more channel points, so then you can do more redeems in our stream, ladies and gentlemen. Much love to everybody who showed up tonight. Shout out to Bubba Electric, Matthew James, Synthwave Cowboy, Dallas 8890. Shout out to Tagged Up Tyler. Yeah, I'll suck my own dick a little bit. Whatever. What about it? For being your host here tonight and calling all the action. Thank you so much for everybody who tuned in. Much love. Mwah. Let's raid out to Jonesy.